Greetings, students of Scouty's Grade A class. I am Edward Palmer. I am a spokesman, a judge, a lawyer, a land agent, and a father of confederation. I was born in PE in September 1st, 1809. My father was James Barton Palmer. He was born in Ireland and was an attorney who moved to PEI 1802. My father had an office which I would go into and study about law, and in 1830 I was called up to the bar. After that, I established myself as a leading Tory spokesman in the Assembly. I soon ended up representing Charlottetown with no interruption until 1870. The 1850s were a hard time, however, as the Tories were appearing to be facing the prospect of a lengthy period of opposition. However, I had always been an advocate for the rights of profiteers and was not the type of the declaration to rally ordinary islanders. I soon successfully divided the Liberals and their base of popular support by means of the Bible question. However, in January 1863, I led the Conservatives to a second victory after a campaign marked additional secretaries' bitterness, again resulting in all Protestants government within weeks. Another Conservative, John Hamilton Gray, outtested me from the premiership. Personalities appear to have been more important than policies. In the inter-party struggle in November 1864, the question of British North America Union brought differences between John Hamilton Gray and me into the open. Gray was a strong supporter of Confederation, whereas I was forcefully opposed to the plan. I attended both the Charlottetown and Quebec conferences, and at the Quebec conference, which is well documented, he was a dogged and interested. Gray was a strong supporter of Confederation, whereas I was forcefully opposed to the plan. I attended both the Charlottetown and Quebec conferences and the Quebec conference, which is well documented. He was a dogged and intransigent source of dissent. Soon after island delegates returned home, a series of conferences among conservative leaders resulted in both Gray and me being left out of reconstituted cabinet, led by James College Pope, a prominent businessman whose attitude towards Confederation was ambiguous. Confederation was the center of my concerns for the remainder of his political career, and his name became synonymous with all Confederacy. In Prince Edward Islands, he even switched political parties, and when it became evident to many that the second conservative government led by Pope was pursuing a railway program, which the island could not afford, and would lead the island of Confederation in 1872. I successfully contested a legislative council by election for a rural constitution and joined the Liberal and anti-Confederation government, but the die was already cast, and the island entered Confederation on July 1st, 1873. The explanation for my opposition to Confederation is no mystery, although there have been many an element of personal piquet. I, like most islanders at the time, did not believe that it would benefit Prince Edward Island. Confederation marked the end of my career as a politician in 1873. I was appointed judge of the newly created Queen's Court County Court. I was named provincial chief justice in the following year and held the position until my final days in life. The later opponent proved controversial, as the federal government passed over two esteemed judges who were already in office as a jurist. He was competent, although undistinguishing. I was at or close to the center of the public life on Prince Edward Island, either as a politician or jurist, for more than 50 years, commencing my career primarily as a spokesman for Charlottetown and its vested interest. I eventually became parliamentary leader of the Conservative Party. After responsible government came, I slowly but successfully undertook to rebuild the party's support, albeit in large measures by appealing to the negative sectarian sentiments. At the emergence of Con as the central issue, I became something of a popular tribune because of my adamant opposition to union of the colonies, opposition that put me in full agreement with mainstream public opinion on the island. Edward Palmer died on November 3rd, 1889.